Good morning and a happy new year to you all. Hope you've all had a good Christmas and New Year and not got too drunk. Hope everybody's okay. How you doing? Right, welcome back to the channel. So this could be the first for the channel for a while, for the new year, for 2025. And right, today I will be working on the Jag. Yes, I have decided to keep it for a bit longer. I don't know why, but I have. Now it's currently out of MOT. It shouldn't have passed the last one, if I'm honest with you, but I was given the good grace that I would get the work done, hence it got a ticket. Anyway, it's been a year later and I still ain't got around to sorting it out. Life gets in the way sometimes, so do apologise for the channel being a little bit quiet. Anyway, right, so let me spin round. I have a pair of sills. Yes, the X-Type does suffer that dreaded tin worm on the sills, mostly, and mine is no exception. So that's going to be today's job. It's forecast snow for today. I'll give you the date. It's January the 4th. Is it the 4th? Saturday? Yeah, it's the 4th, isn't it? We're supposed to have this massive big storm of snow, so this could be interesting. I could have really done with having the Jag because it's four-wheel drive. Yeah, oh well, but it's off the road. It's got no MOT and I'm not taking any risks because, you know, if anything happens, there goes my licence, there goes my car and everything else. So without further ado, let's crack. So as you can see, the mighty white, what a car, is now taking the role of the winter hack. Bless it. The car lives outside anyway, so yes, I need to, you know, it's one of them things, always keep it clean, always keep it waxed polished, you know, when the weather allows. It's keeping things at bay, you know, the crappy weather and all that. But she's still looking fine. Just after Christmas, the Great British Car Journey had an early New Year gathering, and she was allowed to be parked right outside the front door, so she got plenty of attention, bless her. And yeah, she's serving me well, as always. I find it quite amusing that, you know, a car that's now over 40 years old is in better nick than a car that's 20 years old. But, you know, I suppose really the Jag has done its time in car terms, you know. They're not really built to last anymore. They are more, I don't know, a functional fashion statement, I suppose. You know, it wears the Jaguar badge even though it is a Mondeo in a dress. Yes, I said it. So anyway, first things first, let's crack on. So these sill covers have to come off. You can see it needs a wash. It's absolutely filthy. Right, sill covers have to come off. I've got a feeling I might need to pull back these wheel arch trims inside. I don't know. It's going to be one of them jobs. I've not done sills on a Jag before, so this is a first for me. You know, the Jag's been one of them cars. I've used it now for 5 years. I've got in it and drove it. Not really done much to it, as you know from the channel. So, right. It's really too cold to be lying under a floor. But here we go. Right, so I don't know if you can pick this up. Right, there is the sill bit behind this cover. And if you can see, as we go under there, oh look, holes. Lovely. This is towards the rear of the car. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I'm going to go along here with the hammer in a bit, as you'll see. And if I poke holes all the way down, I'm just going to replace the whole sill. If the rest of the sill's okay, I think I'm just going to chop up the new ones. I don't know. It might just be easy if I just run the grinder down the whole lot and take the whole bleeding lot off. I don't know. Yeah, But yeah, there's a lot of crusty stuff. Oh look, pulling bits of Jag off again. Oh, the sills are held on with these plastic trim clips. They're basically a plastic screw inside a clip. Obviously they've been on there 20 years, so I've got a feeling they're not going to come off very nice. The little screw thing can be prized out, and that allows the clips to come off sometimes. If that don't work, it doesn't work, then what I'll do is basically just rip them off and I'll buy some more. So anyway, let's get these sill covers off and see where we go. So this is, if I can hold it in my hand, this is one of the clips that holds the sill trim on. As you can see, you do get a crosshead screw. It's only plastic. Yes, there is a thread on there, but as soon as you start to turn these, they just spin. So it's a case of just wedging, if I can get focused, just wedging something into where the screw fits, prise it out, and it basically just slots out, and I just push back in, and that opens up the clip. Look, what a load of crap. So yeah, it's just a case of prising all them out. So the quick simple job, hopefully. I don't know how they hold on. I think these are located, there's little, basically just locating pegs, so I don't think there's definitely no visible fasteners on the inside anyway, so I think they just push on and clipped in. Dead simple, I suppose, but I would imagine they are water traps, so I might have to think about something on them. I don't know. Right, that is the sill trim off. And yeah, as I thought, a complete water trap. So looking at how these sills are, I think I'm not going to prat around. I am going to just pull the whole damn thing off. If I get my trusty... Oh, look at that. I have broke one of the clips because I'm being a bit heavy-handed, because I got to the point of, right, I cannot be arsed to faff around getting these damn things off. I've just got to the point of putting a chisel through them. It was much easier. So the inner sill does look a little bit crap in there. So I think I'm going to have to do... It's solid, but there are some holes, so I might have to buy the other part of the kit, because I've just bought the outer sills. But I've got enough metal. I should be able to do something with that. More worryingly is if that metal behind there is solid enough to weld onto. Could be interesting, but solid that bit. But as we go down the front, it's solid in bits, but it's very, very, very soft. So I'm going to pull these damn things off. Cut where I need to cut, grind where I need to grind. Let's go and get the sill and offer it up and see how it lies, I think. So there is a complete sill. Now, looking at how the profile is, it comes all the way up into here. This is all good. I really don't see the point at this stage, really, of going that far into the car. I know I should do, but it basically means then I'm going to have to get paint matched up, get the spray gun out. Look, we're talking about a car here that's worth 500 quid if it's lucky. I've had the car 5 years and I'm not prepared to go that far with it. So I'm going to take the angle grinder to the sills, and I think I'm going to cut them about here, I think, and I'll cut them here obviously as well to match. I really don't want to be chopping into the pillars. That's really, I don't think it's worth it. So I think if I just chop along this line here, cut out that part of the sill, and obviously butt weld up to that, I think that's going to be a better option. Obviously once I've got it all out the way, I need to have a look at that. So, and how far does it go up front? I think it goes to, looking at it, it goes to behind the wing. Yeah, it does. The sill goes to behind the wing, so it butts up somewhere in here. So, again, I don't really want to go pulling the wing off, so I think I'm going to chop about here, right by the bottom of the wing. I might be able to undo these bolts if they come out and pull the wing out slightly. I don't want to risk cracking all the paint either. So I might just cut it here, I think, and well just be there if that metal's okay. I've got a feeling this is just going to turn into a bad job, and to be doing it in the middle of the winter, you know, that's my fault. But yeah, it ain't looking good for the old girl, is it? Right, okay. Angle grinder out, and let's cut off bits and see where we go from there. So if we look, just quickly look inside the door, you see this metal's all okay. There's no wrong there, a little bit here, so I think, yeah, I might just go up to this line here, I think, and play around with that. Comments down below. Oh, right, okay. Let's crack on. So, what I thought I was cutting into a cavity like that, turns out that I'm not. That runs all the way down to the front. So there I am, happily grinding away, and all of a sudden it goes a little bit stiff. So I've got to weld that back up, which isn't going to be a problem. The problem is that the sill is spot welded along here as well, so it's been an absolute nightmare to get off. You know, what I thought was basically just going to be running the grinder through it, no, that's not the case. So I've just got that little bit now down the front just to tidy up, and then obviously that there is still part of the outer sill, so I need to grind this off and obviously split the spot welds as well, to get the rest of that off so that the new sill does sit correctly. Ideally what I should have done was cut my new sill up first, then mark it out and cut the rest of where, because I don't want to go into the doors. Like I said, I basically want to keep this as much under the sill cover as I can. But yeah, that's not going to be a problem. I can trim the doors and recut that line up here. But hopefully what I'll do is I'll leave a little lip, so I've got it to weld onto anyway. So it all just basically wants tidying up with the grinder now. Obviously it'll all be done off camera because time's knocking on, and you know what jobs are like. When you start, you get sucked into them and all that. Am I going to repair that inner sill? Do you know what? No, I'm not. Sod it. Because looking at how the sills are designed, I will show you one. Looking at how the sills are designed, you have holes like this in them naturally, so when you've got your sill cover on, water gets behind the sill cover and runs into these holes. So basically, and then just sits along here. The water just gets in and sits along here. What a really crap design. And you would have thought that, yes, although these little cutouts there, these little divots there, are for water to drain out, looking at the sill that I've just took off, there is no rust prevention wax or anything like that. It is literally just kind of clean metal, so no wonder these things rot. But really disappointing from, as you can see there is no wax or anything on them at all. That's just metal, primed metal, the same as it is there. So no wonder these cars rot. And really it's quite shocking to think, you know, this car was built in 2003, 2004. You would have thought they would have put some body protection stuff in there this day and age. I mean, we're a long way from the 60s and 70s when cars were just made out of thicker metal and shoved together with no thought of any, you know, rust prevention then. But then again, you look at the Ambassador, you know, 40 years old. Okay, she is showing her age, and rightly so. But when I had like door cards off and things like that, there was wax in it everywhere. You know, real proper sludge. And you get a much more modern car and it hasn't got none. Basically, I think at the end of the day, cars are designed to last no more than 5 years. And you think what people pay for these cars brand new, it's it puzzles me. It really does. It really does puzzle me. I mean, the Princess, you know, it's a 1970s car. You expect some rust on it, you know, given its age. Fair enough. But yeah, that's my little rant over with modern cars. No sign of any rust prevention at all. But there you go. So, no, that inner sill, I'm not going to bother with that. I'm just going to weld to it. I really can't be arsed. Put it this way. You know, if I get 2 or 3 years out the car, great. It served me well. By then, I'll be looking to replace it anyway. I mean, I should have been replacing it now, but I've got to keep it for the time being. You know, by the time I get rid of this car, it's going to be worth, what, a couple of £100 anyway. It'll have stellar mileage on it, and who gives a shit? So, anyway. Right, so from me then, just a little bit more dressing up down here. And then I can think about chopping my new sill up. I know, sacrilege, but there you go. Think about chopping my new sill up, get everything right, and get it in there and get it tack welded in. All good fun. Nice job for the winter, so they say. Nice. Oh, the joys of doing videos. I was halfway through rambling on, explaining what I was doing, and the phone decided to shut everything down and tell me there was an update. All good fun. Right, where was I? Right, okay. I ain't going to bother with that inner sill. Screw it.
Everywhere he goes, Bodge always knows. Badger mates, never far away. Bodger and Badger, la 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 bam.
Right, that's it. Job done. That'll be fine. I'm just going to inject a load of wax in there when I've got the new sill on. Right. Yeah, so as I was saying, which you wouldn't know because I've not sent the video in. Right, this part is not actually attached to there. I thought I'd gone through it with me welder, but I had with me grinder, but I hadn't. Basically, it just sits there. So the outer sill is spot welded there, along there, and on there. So which basically that stiffens all that up. So I'll do the same with the outer sill. I'll drill a load of holes and I'll do some plug welds. So, as you can see there, I've cleaned up all the metal there and I'm just working my way down the car. That's part of the outer sill I still need to pull off, and so's all this bit down here. As you can see there, I'm pulling bits away and God knows what else. So, it's a long-winded job. Not as simple as just cutting a sill off and welding a new one on. It's all good fun. Rather good. So when I get down here, obviously there is a lot of crud down there, but I am just going to cut the sill. I'm not going to go under the wing. It's just really, there's just no point, because it means I'll have to pull the wing off, and I really don't want to do that. It's just too much work. Ideally, really, to do this job, the doors need to come off because of getting in, but I think where I've cut the inner sill, it should be okay to do with the door still on it. Not a nice job, I will admit, but it's one of them long-winded ones, and it's slowly but surely, and as you can see, there's not much left of that inner sill at all. It's a bit of a mess. But what I will do is, when I put the new sill back on and the sill cover, I will look at a way of sealing it, because what happens is, especially around the back, is obviously water runs down inside here. The sill cover sits over the top of there. It basically just butts up, and water can just easily get in, and what it does then, it finds its way into the holes here on the outer sill, which it's got the same holes on the outer sill where they've, from the factory, they should have injected a load of wax but haven't. I think I'm going to try and look at a way of sealing it up here so that we can minimise water getting back in. Obviously it'll all get stone chipped and coated properly. I'm not going to bother painting it. It might be like I did with Ricky's Rover, which will be basically a masking line, and I'll just do it black, because the sill cover goes over the top anyway, which is green, so you're not really going to see it. So I think, as a cheat, I think that's what I'm going to do, and I will look at a way of sealing those up, because I really don't think that the way they've designed the car, they've not took into the consideration that water was just going to get in there. So there we are. So we started to be cleaned up. We just got down there to go. It's a long-winded process, but we're getting there slowly but surely. Okay, right. And yeah, with a miracle of time, it's not tacked in place yet, but luckily I've trimmed all the new sill down, and yeah, I'm not too far out at that. What I actually did, so it's just overlapping at the moment, so I think what I can do is basically just give a quick mark over that and trim the rest of the body there to suit. To be honest, as it is, I could probably just tack that in place and feather it in, actually. Little bit of work to do there, just to cut off some of the old sill so that sits up there properly. So as you can see, I've just got it clamped and jammed up there as good as. So yeah, I just need to just sit this over the top, and we're not far out at that. So I'm almost ready to tack this in place. Obviously what I'm going to do next is drill a series of holes in the sill there, and so that I could plug weld it, tack weld it, God knows what else, and get it in place. I think all I'm going to get done today is basically just, fingers, sorry about that, is just tack it in place, and then I can, the next time I get a little bit of dry weather, I could probably finish welding it off properly, getting some stone chip on there, and paint it black so that it's gloss, get some wax inside there before putting the rest of the sill cover on. Look, what I did do earlier, I don't know if I mentioned it, I couldn't be bothered getting them sill trims off, so for the sake of 10 quid on eBay, I can get a new set of clips, which I'd rather do that way. I'm not trying to fiddle around with 20-year-old clips that are probably going to break anyway. So we're looking good, we're getting there. Sorry, I am kind of rushing on because the snow is forecast and I am absolutely froze. Not a good day to be doing this, but it's got to be done. So I'm really happy how this is turning out. Yes, I have chopped the sill down. As you can see there, that's a fair bit of metal removed from the new sill. But I don't really want to be taking all these door trims off and welding into that, which is also going to have to be painted as well. And I really don't want to go that far. Not this time of year. And I don't think it's actually necessary because all the metal up there is quite good anyway. So, yeah, I'm really enjoying this, even though I'm froze. So I am going to crack on. So what I'm going to do now is just pull this trim up so it sits properly under there. And maybe not, I don't know. I'll just figure this out as I go along now. Just want it all to sit nice in there. And hopefully get a tacked in place so I haven't got to mess around. But as you can see there, these holes line up as well with the rest of the chassis there. Yeah, basically water can get into those cells in quite a few places. Once it's in there, it's not coming out because 9 times out of 10 these little drain slots don't do anything. Once you get some wax in there especially, they clog up. So yeah, but not a really good design really, but there you go, cars for you. So okay, I am going to crack on and let's go off camera for a bit and do a bit more. Okay, my light is fading fast, but okay, as you can see there, there are a couple of tacks there just in hold the sill up. Didn't need to do any trimming because it actually sat really well. As you can see there as well, I've drilled a lot of holes there to do a little bit of plug welding. I'm about done for today, I think. So what I am going to do, I am just going to put a couple of plug welds in there just to hold it up so I can put it all away. And also underneath there, where it meets the other part of that inner sill, is drilled as well, ready to go. But yeah, my light is fading fast now, so I am just going to do a couple of welds and then I'm going to wrap it up for today. Yeah, it's gone dark. It's not snowing yet, but anyway. So as you can see there, torchlight, sorry. Right, as you can see there, I've got most of it tacked in place. I could carry on and do a lot more if I wanted to, but I am cold now. So I think it's time for me to tidy up. So that sill is actually in place, ready to go. And I'm rather pleased with how it's gone. It's gone really well. A couple of the tack welds underneath as well, where it meets that inner sill. So once those are all plugged up and done, all I need to do then is come inside here and basically do a load of those and tidy it all up with the grinder. I mean, I don't need to go overboard. Again, the sill cover goes over the top of that, so it's not really seen, but I want to do the job as, you know, good as I can get it. So I am going to carry on next time I get the opportunity now to carry on and finish that, get it painted up and whatever, which might be in another video. I think I'm going to wrap this video up for now. So this is actually part 1. I'm probably not going to video doing the other side, simply because it's a case of rinse and repeat, so I don't really see the point. Unless I find something drastic, then I probably will, but I think really I'm just going to concentrate on this one side for video purposes anyway. I've not got round to do the other side yet, obviously. You know, this is a couple of weekends work, and you know, relying on the weather and working outside, it, you know, it could go either way. So I'm going to say this is the end of part 1, and then we'll the rest of the part 2 will obviously be getting this finished, welded up, and then stone chip and getting the sill cover back on and all that. So yeah, so see you in the next video, and take care of yourselves and each other, and look out for part 2 real soon. See you later. Bye.